3, 2, 1. D. Harry Houdini. Let's go for Harry Houdini. Want to do a live. Not show off my beard has gone. Or the fact that I might have found the one. I know I found the one. How exciting. Sorry you guys. I found the one. How cool. I want to talk about something powerful. Something really important. Vibration. The vibrational scale of consciousness. And the reason that everyone's here to try and be happy. Everyone's here to learn unique things on your journey. And everyone's here to rise the scale of consciousness. So, as I go along my journey, and if you haven't followed my stuff over the years, I transitioned from physical health to the real work, he says privately, which is rising the scale of consciousness through letting go of all the stuff that you're not, letting go of the guilt, letting go of the shame, letting go of the anger, letting go of the grudges, letting go of all these negative lust, pride too. Because these big words are what stops us from raising our vibration and feeling happy in our bodies. And these emotions and this trauma and this world keeps you stuck in a very dense, heavy energy body. It feels so heavy. Likely if you're watching this, you've had a lot of suffering in your life. And likely if you're watching this, you've done a lot of good work to get out of the suffering. And likely if you're watching this, you can understand how heavy life used to be in your body during the darkest days of your life. So you understand what I'm talking about with the vibration scale of consciousness as we remove this, as we go on this journey from apathy and hating ourselves so severely because we get kicked out of the kingdom of heaven that's right here and we go into hell. We all enter into the hell realm and we all eat ourselves up and beat ourselves up. We start getting, people go on journeys into drugs, alcohol, there's all kinds of abuses, domestic, sexual, life's fucked in a way. And then we go on choices to raise the scale of consciousness. And the point of me saying this is, at the beginning of our journeys, our body's very heavy, our energy body. I remember thinking this, damn, my body's heavy. Not literally heavy, hey Kelsey, not literally healthy, but mentally and physically. So I want to talk today about the most important topic in the world, which is raising your vibration scale of consciousness and feeling lighter in your body, all the way up to the final level of becoming Jesus, Buddha, and quite a few people that have surrendered completely their ego to God, killed their ego, and the misinterpretation of killing your ego, people say you can't, they don't get it. You completely kill your ego, and then you don it back on with an inner knowing and awareness that you are one. Not logically. Everybody here knows that we are one. But to feel you are one whilst you're in ego is possible. To have an underlying awareness of oneness whilst you're in ego is completely possible. And then when you go into the silence, I'm not in the oneness. But when you go into the silence, there's nothing there except complete awareness that I am right here, right now, with my senses awake and aware. That's what it means to become Jesus, to unconditionally love, to feel, not think, because that's conditional, to feel unconditional love and to raise your vibration. So, with that being said, session I want to say, I had a thought today and it's actual truth and I've just never heard anyone say it, and it's this. So the Lao Tzu quotes go something like, and I'm gonna not butcher it, I'm gonna say it differently to Lao Tzu, but in a way that will help you understand and maybe help people on the vibration path and help you see how others are on the scale of vibration path. Because I'm very good at seeing where everyone, one of my unique gifts, I have many flaws and I'm working on myself, I want to clarify this, I'm a human being, still learning, but one of my skills is I can tell where everyone is at the scale of vibration, and I can explain it now too, and I'm getting better at explaining it. It's a felt thing, I can feel it, Because I'm going to be honest, I'm quite high up at the scale. I've done a lot of work on myself. I'm letting go. I'm living in paradise. I'm living in Koh Phangan. I'm very good at letting go. I've done a lot of work on letting go. There ain't anyone that I hold on to grudges, anger. My sister, who I don't talk to hates me for 15 years. I don't even hate her. So I know what I'm talking about, and I can see the whole plane to a degree, and I want people to tune into this because it's powerful and it's a true message. So, to not butcher the quote from Lao Tzu, but to redirect the quote and to change it slightly. So tune into this, guys. Complete alignment between your thoughts, your words, and your actions is what we are all seeking in this realm. Whatever this realm is, what we're seeking is complete alignment between thoughts, words, and actions. When there is complete alignment with no disparity between thoughts, words, and actions, one wakes up here fully and becomes Jesus. That's the goal. And what do I mean? I know this is what I want to talk about. I really want to unpack this because I'm going to use people on Facebook that pick at things as examples of low vibration. And I'm going to use people that are in the middle territory of vibration. And I'm going to use people at the very high scales of vibration linked in with thoughts, words, and thoughts, words, and actions. I would love anyone to prove me wrong on this because it makes complete sense. And I'm really good at playing things simply. I'm here to explain things simply. No over complications. People that overcomplicate spiritual lingo are often lost and actually not high on the scale of vibration. What a paradox. Do you ever see somebody writing blah, 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 and can't explain it like a 4-year-old, like Albert Einstein says? Sorry, bro, you're not as high on the scale of consciousness as you actually think. It's called delusional, which is called not doing the shadow work or having an ego blind spot, which will hold you back. Anyway, so thoughts, words, and actions must be kept in alignment. Tune into this. People that do bad actions in this realm, and that was me in my prior, when I was doing bad actions. For example, I was hiding in toilets in school. That's a very bad action, obviously vibrationally. So I'm talking about vibration. So it's obviously a bad action to hide in toilets at school. I can think of many bad examples of bad actions. Let's think of them. Extreme ones, if you want to go there. Paedophilia, rape, murder. A bad action includes minor things like saying nasty things to people to their face, behind their back. You're taking actions that are bad. So anyone that does a bad action in this realm, even if it's once or many times, in the judgment is obviously low vibration. Harry, you're talking obvious. Yes, but I'm going to get to a point. So, that also includes, by the way, people on Facebook that come at other people's posts with intentions not to share joy and to teach, but to prod, poke, because they're projecting and they're not supporting other people. That's also a bad action. Why don't you keep it to yourself? Thought. Haha, joke. Think about it. So bad actions are very human in this realm. There's big bad actions, obvious ones, murdering, but there's minor bad actions, saying mean things to someone. That's a bad action. It could even be being a millionaire and you have loads of money and there's a homeless person on the street and you don't give them any money. I consider that a bad action. Most bad actions are obvious. You don't speak bad. Actually, all bad actions is not giving, as best as possible, unconditional love to people. So anything tied the opposite of that is a bad action. Hurting people, not just physically, mentally, emotionally. These are bad actions. Bad parenting. Bad actions. So the lowest scale of consciousness, you have bad actions. And there is a judgment on those people because they're now in a very low vibration. Anyone that does bad actions is on the vibrational scale of consciousness very low. Facts. I've been there. My bad actions were drinking alcohol too much, demons, gambling too much, hiding, isolation, allowed the demons in. Those were my bad actions. We all have bad actions. We've had bad actions. Very low vibration, okay? So how do you raise, what is the first step? How do you raise scale of consciousness? How do you go up? How do you judge someone who's higher on the scale of consciousness? Well, they don't do bad actions. They do good actions. So what's good actions? Being kind, traveling, making friends, connecting with people, saying nice things to people. Actions. Sorry, more action-like is traveling, doing the right thing, right action. But the next one that's more challenging than action is getting your right words right. So we've got thoughts, words, and actions. So actions, if you've got bad actions, I don't care how powerful you think you are. If you're doing bad actions, I guarantee you're very low on the scale of consciousness. Obvious, right? And the more bad actions you do, the more lower you are on the scale of consciousness. But when your words are nice, you can now start raising. You can start raising your level of consciousness through right action. So you flip it. Obviously, you move from apathy, you start right action. Now get this. When you're very low and you start taking right action, despite the thoughts not to and the demons preventing you, and yet you know there's a little piece of you, say the thoughts are all over the place and they're preventing you from taking right action. The thoughts are all over the place, but you have a little light in you, because that was all of you guys actually. You had a tiny bit of light, whereas you had a hell of a load of apathy. You had enough tiny bit of light to take right action. But your brain wasn't fixed at the beginning of your journey. And when you sunk to the lowest of the low, because this is a fucking journey, and you're at the point of apathy, the rock bottom of the vibration scale of wrong action, drinking too much alcohol, wrong action, it fucks the brain and it fucks the thoughts up and the words. But you have a moment where you take right action. And it's nearly everyone watching this has had a moment where I said, enough's enough. I've been doing bad action all my life. I'm going to take right action. Now this is despite the fact that you still have a lot of negative thoughts that will try and stop you taking right action. You take right action anyway, because right action is the most important thing. It's the easiest thing. I'm going to get to that point at the end. Right action compared to right words and thoughts is the easiest thing. The hardest thing is thoughts, right thoughts. In the middle is right words. The easiest to do to get to raise your vibration is right action. Honestly, it's the easiest thing. Example, I'm smacking my children, stop. Right action. I'm drinking alcohol, stop. It doesn't mean that the thoughts of giving up and all the trauma is going to go away tomorrow. It doesn't mean that, but you start through right action. Okay, so you get to right action despite all that shit, and the right action can build and you can rise. This is my journey. I'm going to tell you my journey. My journey was full of demons, very dark, and it's not just me. I know it's all of you. That's what's motivated me to become who I am. And you take right action. And my entire life story, since the beginning of the worst days, has been right action, right action, right action. And it became a muscle. And now it's easy for me to do right action. It doesn't mean I'm perfect. I'm going to get to the point that the thoughts and the words are really hard. The words are harder than the right action, and the thoughts are the last bastion of stopping you becoming Jesus himself, which is very possible in this realm of Greg, if you're watching this, Lester Levinson, Eckhart Tolle, and just there are some people walking this realm fully letting go of I am Harry, I am this, I am that, because we're not. But it's the thoughts that's the last bastion. So, right action, right action, right action. And let me tune you in. Some people don't even do right action. And that's a problem, because you can't raise the scale of consciousness without right action. It needs to be there. Next, right words. Being nice to people. And thinking nice things to people, and just like how I do it. Because I'll say for me, I've always been good at right action now, and my words are always on point. I'm just speaking to my neighbor. My words are always on point. I'm not a perfect person, but I am very high on the scale of consciousness. And the reason why is because my words are always on point. How I communicate with people is never, almost never, negative. And if it's negative, it's only to plant a seed, because I genuinely fucking care. The words I speak to my friends in real life and on Facebook is always carefully placed from care, love, and kindness, because that's how I feel in my heart, because that's my vibration level. Because I've trained myself with right action, the right action is multiplied to fix the demons in my head. I'm just on a run for decades now of right action. It's non-stop. The right action really does fix the thoughts and the words. So right action, right action, right action, right action, right action. Face your fears, face your fears, face your fears. Do the right thing. We all know what the right action is. You fucking do it relentlessly, despite the doubts. That's the key. Right action, despite the, I don't know if I'm ever gonna make it, but you're gonna try. You're gonna give yourself right action. You don't fucking stop. And then it's right words. Careful how you communicate with people on Facebook. Speak kindly to all. Encourage. You know what it's like to have been to the lowest of the low, so you speak well. Always speak well to people. Careful of your words. I'm always careful of my words. My words have great intentions and meanings. I have compassion as best as possible. The more right action you do, the more compassion you will feel in your heart, and you'll tune into people far more. So the words are important. But here's where I fall. And here's where I talk about the final surrender and the hardest thing to fix. And that's okay. I'm just tuning you into it. So you got the action down? Cool. You will climb. You will start climbing the scale of consciousness. Then you get the words down, how you communicate with people on Facebook and of course in the real world. Important. So you start raising even more. But then I found, for me, that the wrong thoughts still come in despite decades of doing the right action for me, despite years of speaking the right words to people. But still, for me, the thoughts and the intrusions come in. Why? Because I've not fully surrendered, let go, and deep down I still think I am not enough. And I am not enough. I am not enough is the core thought that causes all the problems, that makes you think you're separate from everybody else. So I am not enough. I'm separate. And I am separate is a lie. Jesus taught us that. Eckhart Tolle taught us that. Buddha taught us that. Truly, I think everyone watching this has understanding that we are all one. And that's great to have the understanding. Brilliant. But oneness isn't here for an understanding logically. That's the first step. To understand something is to be in the mind. But oneness is a felt thing that can be felt. And it must be felt through the body. To be in the body. To be in the now. That's why Eckhart Tolle called his book To Be Here Now. Ram Dass called it Be Here Now. Correct. Eckhart Tolle called it The Power of Now. Because when you're really present, when you're really present with the senses, you know everything's connected and you're really here. You don't feel separate, and that's the truth. So the last intrusion and the work for me, right action, right words, sorted. But the hardest part is the thoughts. And I want to share with you guys that I have intrusion of I am not enough. I should know this because I'm self-aware and I don't deny my thoughts. But I still, of course, I am not enough comes up. It just does. I am not enough comes up. I'll give you examples for all of us where I am not enough comes up. I am not enough comes up when you're attracted to somebody and you start dating and you think you want it with them. And then the thoughts come in, I am not enough. Despite your awareness that you're a good match, almost a perfect match. But the thought of I am not enough comes in. Also for friendship, hanging around cool people, and you feel that they're not worthy of hanging around people that are higher up on the scale of consciousness, or whatever reason you think some people are too cool. How many times does that happen? I am not enough intrusions, wrong thoughts. So I'm talking about alignment between thoughts, words, and actions and truth. And a wrong thought that all humans, apart from fully surrendered humans, is I am not enough at the core. And it's a lie. It's not even true. Because we are enough. And that's the journey. So the last bastion is the thought. And I wanted to share when I'm dating. And I'm going to see my partner soon. And I think it's a life partner, and it's a perfect vibrational match. Perfect! I'm not just saying that. I'm self-aware and she's my match. I haven't really met my match in my life. Very cool. But right words, right actions. I'm going to go and see her quickly to know it's real and to make it real. Right words, we're speaking the right words, but we're self-aware and we're sharing with each other. We both had intrusions, both of us, of I am not enough. I am not enough is endemic poison. The thoughts is the last bastion. You can be perfect with your actions, not to boast. You can be perfect with your words, again, not to boast. But the last one is the thoughts. Those I am not enough. Bullshit. The separation thoughts. And it's hard. But when they stop, when you live in the now, when you surrender your separation, when you surrender your ego, when you surrender control out there to the inner control of God, because God is in charge here. When you feel so relaxed and comfortable, you know you am enough, when you surrender to God, it becomes all perfect. When you are enough, when you know deep down you're enough all the time with no intrusions, you wake up here and you become Jesus. You walk around with unconditional love. And people get it wrong and don't understand what it means to let go. People don't understand what it means. Some people criticize letting go. Some people say you need to hold on. What are you holding on to? Your pride? Your separation? What are you holding on to, guys? Some people on here, some people in our spiritual, physical health communities hold on to, I'm better than you because I've mastered juice fasting. I'm better than you, Maxi. You like this because of breatharianism. I'm better than you. I'm superior. They forgot the reason they fucking came here. It's not to become better than people and encourage separation thoughts. We're not here to encourage separation thoughts, guys. We're not. What are you doing, some of you? Why are you encouraging separation thoughts? That's lowering you on the scale of consciousness or keeping you stuck at best. Come on now. We're here to lower and to remove the separation thoughts. I am not enough. When you know you're enough deep down, you wake up and you don't need to feel better than other people. Greg, you're still watching, maybe you're tuning in, and everyone here is born equal. And the journey is to find out in this life, to feel, not think, feel in your heart that you are enough, and this moment you can actually be here. We don't give ourselves permission to really be here because we feel we are not enough. And that's the reason we feel separated from everything. Our friends, we play ego games with us all the time. Be self-aware, you'll see it. We all play ego games with each other, even our friends. Sorry to break a bubble here, but ego runs rife until you finally surrender. And I'm saying it because that's what I want, and that's what I feel I'll do. And it's not the path for everybody. Everyone's got different paths here. And it's a tough path. But the biggest lie out there is the lie of separation. And it's a thought. And the last bastion is the mind. And if you want to raise the scale of consciousness, start like I did with right action. And go for it. Because that's the easiest one, actually. Right action, right action, right action, right action, right action. Face your fears, right action, right action. And get that perfect and get momentum with it. And then get your words right. Speak kindly to everyone. Speak with intention to plant seeds with everyone. Get your words right. And even when you get your words right, you're still going to have thoughts. Because thoughts is the last bastion that keeps us stuck at the current level of vibration and stops you letting go. Your thoughts. And this is something for people you really have to tune in, because some of you like, you mean I think I'm not enough? Because you seem to have a perfect life? Yeah, well, like I said, with my partner, I was made aware that I had thoughts, I am not enough, despite I am enough. Sorry, despite the perfect match and divinity, which I could talk forever about, the amount of synchronicities and perfection of us co-merging into what you guys will see will be a very powerful divine relationship, which I'm going to talk about all the things I'm learning, because it's like finding a female you. That's all I can say. A female version of me? Brilliant. But despite all that, despite the evidence of the connection on both sides felt very strongly, still, at the beginning, and less so now, but still sometimes, the intrusion of the lie of I am not enough. But me and her are so powerful with right words and action. We are so powerful, both of us, with right words and action, that it doesn't matter if the intrusion of the thought comes in, because I will not break up with somebody just because I have an intrusion once upon a time, or once every day, or twice every day of I am not enough. That's just fear, and that's a lie. If you have thoughts, when you've got your action and your words sorted, and you work on them, and the thoughts of I'm not kind of come in, and you try and run away from good people, and by the way, even friendships that can change your life. Greg, me and you, changed my life. In thought intrusion with Greg, for example, as my best mate, would be I'm not enough, and I'll run away from Greg, or I won't see him. I mean, you can laugh at that, but look what happens to couples. Look what happens to couples. I've seen it in the community where one is on the vibration scale of conscious more higher up than the other, the lower on the scale of consciousness. It's a mismatch, and it can't work. And do you know why it can't work? I'll tell you why it can't work. If there's too much disparity on the scale of consciousness between two people dating, even in any realms, it doesn't matter, just normal people. What's normal anymore? We're talking about vibration. Doesn't mean because you're spiritual, you're on a different vibration to everyone else. Not at all. Everyone's on a vibration scale of consciousness. But if there's a disparity between the partners when they're dating and seeing each other on a scale of consciousness too much, it will never work. And I'll tell you why. Because at some point, the one on the lower scale of consciousness is going to be ringing in their ears too much, I am not enough. At the beginning, they'll have I am not enough, but they'll still stay together. They're still going to stay together. But eventually, the I am not enough is going to eat alive the one at the lower scale of consciousness, and they will literally shoot themselves in the foot and run away from the other. I've seen it myself, so I know what I'm talking about. People match in dating, they have to be sort of close on the vibration scale of consciousness. And like I said, vibration is everything in this world. Everyone's vibrating a frequency. It's not a spiritual thing. It's not even a spiritual thing. It's just a thing that everyone exists on. Everyone's on the scale of consciousness. So, I just wanted to share that thoughts, words, and actions is the journey. Like Lao Tzu said, I'm not butchering, I've changed it a little bit. When they are in complete alignment, that's the journey. Sort out your actions. People on Facebook that sometimes feel the need to tell me how to live my life when I'm sharing good information from my heart, I'm talking to you. Maybe a right action would be to support me, encourage me, because I'm helping people. Because it's not really right action. It's not right words. Look at that one. It's not right words. Two things, actually, that one is. It's not right action because a lot of the people on Facebook are sitting at home too much, and they're not out and about socializing in the real world a lot, too much in their head. So wrong action. Get your action sorted. Get out of your head before you come on someone's post and talk to them and criticize them. And there's also wrong words, because the words you speak are powerful, and they say a lot about you. When you come on someone else's post, I can tell whether you're coming from love, you're coming from trying to control me, trying to make yourself feel better than me, judging me. So get your actions and words sorted, please. For me, it seems almost piss easy. Not to be prideful, but it's just my soul mission. It's my soul mission was, Harry, you're going to go all the way. I think, Greg, it's you too. I also think my partner too. So I'm going to be teaching much more deeper on this. So, my soul mission, I'm very lucky. My right actions, and by the way, it's not been easy. I've been full of fear my entire life. So just because I've made my actions perfect, now I'm living in heaven, and I've been spending my whole life taking right action. Don't think it's been easy for me. It's fucking not. But it's my soul mission. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the opportunity to suffer a fucking load and to have the motivation. So right action sorted, my right words. Sometimes slip up my words, but the right words is almost perfect. Cool. I know how to communicate effectively in real life too. That real world is important. Not just Facebook, guys. Real world too. Communicate, be nice to people. But the thoughts is the last intrusion. And that's inner work. Because right action is the 3D realm, but the thoughts is the last bastion. And that's where you have to figure out a way. You have to let go. You start doing practices. Release technique is brilliant. Who am I? I'm saying things that I need to practice more, so this is on me too. I'm talking to myself here too. I'm not talking an expert on these things like I practice all the day, but I know I need to sort out my thoughts, because I'm just sharing with you. You can go very high on the scale of consciousness, but what stops you going all the way is the thoughts. You can become literally a saint on this realm and have perfect action and say perfect things to people. However, if you're tuning in, you'll still have wrong thoughts every now and again. And that's the problem, the thoughts. And that's the shadow work, because the last bastion, the thoughts, they hide in the shadow. The first step is tuning in. I am not enough. I am not enough with my partner, even though we're equal. So what do? I shared it with her. Communication. Be honest. Communicate with her. You know what? I've had feelings of unworthiness around you. Do you know what happened when I said that? It was received back. She too. We're all human here. But if you stay together, for example, in this, over time, the I am not enough's intrusions will be less and less and less and less, because I am not enough will be, of course, I am not enough for her would be dissipated because I'm with her. The longer I'm with her, the more the I am not enough's disappear. Right? If the thought is incorrect and your real outer world doesn't match up with the incorrect thought, you will heal. If the thought doesn't make any sense, because your actions are the opposite of that, you'll heal from that wrong thought. All thoughts of separation are wrong. All thinking is wrong. Les Stone's correct. Because thinking's past or future. The only truth is that there is such a thing as vibration scale of consciousness, and we came here, everyone came here to raise himself on this cage. And another truth is, it's a suffering realm, and it's interesting. It's a great journey. It's fun. It's fun to go on. It's fun to climb consciously the scale of vibration scale of consciousness. It's fun, and it's my role here to teach people. I'm a beginner at teaching. If I don't make any sense now, forgive me, guys, because I will be able to explain it in very simple ways to people. I've got my own blocks of letting go. I'm even attached to what I'm saying because I have an ego, a spiritual ego. But yeah, the message is, keep raising the scale of consciousness, and you can fix it through right action, words, and thoughts. Action is the fastest, I found. It's easy. And then write words and communication with your friends, and write words, and then write thoughts. And then when thought intrusions come, don't let your wrong thoughts affect your actions and words in this life. Does that make any sense? You might not, for example, you might have a thought that you don't like somebody. You might have the thought, or practice speaking nicely to that person that you have a wrong thought about. Because that'll give you a chance of fixing the wrong thought. If you go with the wrong thought and you speak wrong words based on the wrong thought, say I don't like you, and then you say it out loud to that person, wow, you just fucked yourself in the scale of consciousness. Get it? You just shot yourself in the foot. What an idiot. It's okay to have wrong thoughts. It will always be okay to have wrong thoughts until you fully go all the way. Everyone's having wrong thoughts right now. Everyone. It's not rampant in the brain, but trust me, it exists in the brain. But do not take actions and speak words out loud to the wrong thoughts. Wrong thoughts on Facebook is, don't criticize other people that are doing good things. Why are you doing that? It's about you. You had the wrong thoughts, I can forgive you for that because you're human. But do not speak the words to somebody else that are wrong. Do not. Because that lowers your own scale and makes you a prisoner of your own consciousness, and you lower yourself down and you become more unhappy and you feel more heavy in your body, and life becomes a living hell on earth because you're constantly criticizing people and going with the wrong thoughts. It's okay to have wrong thoughts. It's not okay to put them into words and actions. I mean, it's perfectly okay for your journey, but it's not okay for the ones watching this that actually care about raising their vibration. If you care about raising your vibration and you really are on this, it's not okay. Because you won't. Paradox. Any encouraging thoughts of separation and I'm better than you and I'm better than this, and it happens all the time on Facebook. Some people, I won't mention names, have got lost in this realm of I'm better than you, and I can hear it in your guys' voices, full of hate, full of demons, and I can see it in some of your faces. Now, you think I'm judging, I'm just more shocked. It's because you had wrong thoughts, and then you said wrong words, and you took wrong actions. One of them, you have wrong thoughts, you speak bad words and separation, and then you stay inside your wrong action is staying inside your house and not socializing and being inside your head too much and not living in your heart. The reality is a whole world out there. The reality is there's a whole world out there, and some people hide behind a screen. As one example. This is one example, because that's the prominent example on my mind and my trigger, right? But there's many examples. So that's it. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. I had fun with that one. I hope it makes sense. I hope it did. I don't even know. Peace. Bye.